Part 4. Dude, these are so awesome. Look at me. Look. Ojin said, strutting around the room. They just took down Pentagon, the fourth boss on the third tier of Ostrich, the Castle of Ostriches. I've been in there for hours. Dude, guys, look at these. This is so badass. Look at me. He started strutting around, dancing a little bit. He took his shirt off. Ojin had just looted a pair of really high mythic assless chaps. Leather, but woven in on plate. These stats were incredible, but the look was perfect. He loved it. Guys, check out this. Look at these assless chaps. Letty let out a sigh. Whatever. I've had that set forever. Letty was into transmogs big time and had collected all of them. Chia got back on Discord. Guys, I think there's an issue here. You gotta come see this. They had been looking for a rare mob in the dungeon for hours. Soon upon killing the last boss and getting most of the good loot, especially those assless chaps, they were ready for the next phase. Chia was sort of the narrator in most of the dungeons. She helped people understand what was going on in the dungeon. She said it in a nice, soft-spoken, cutesy, mousy kind of girl way. That was cool. Whereas Ojin would read it as fast as possible, as if he was giving a bomber instructions to bomb Berlin. 28 degrees aside, can you go that time? He was just really quick. They all gathered together around Chia. She was looking down a narrow tunnel with a rare at the very end. I thought rares were useless, Zombie said. Husband replied, there's a lot of stuff that's useless if you think about it. Like food groups, food. Ojin agreed. I agree. There's a lot of useless foods out there. Has everyone ever had, just spices? Just a handful of basil? It's not really edible. Basil? Being bay leaves? Oh, I like bay leaves. They all nodded and agreed. They liked basil and bay leaves. Rum looked around the edges of the archway. This looks like a trap, he said. You know what I mean? I can sense these things. I'm a mage. I'm like the smartest person here. Get the fuck out of here, Ojin said. Well, what's your intellect? Rum gave his intellect. Letty gave her intellect. Oh, looks like I'm not as smart, but I'm stronger than most of you. Zombie gave out her intellect. I don't think it really matters. It's all about experience. Rum looked at her. It's not just about experience. It's about who's going to be intelligent. You know what I'm saying? Intelligent. Ojin looked at his intelligence. He was a paladin. It was okay. Mana pool and stuff. But Rum had him beat. Yeah, whatever. I'm a paladin. I'm supposed to be gay. I got all kinds of powers. Look, I got a rainbow. Ojin showed his rainbow. DJ nodded. Yeah, what's a rainbow? I've seen a lot of them. That's not really his voice. I don't know how to do DJ's voice. It's it's kind of like I gotta always use a Crocodile Dundee. That's not knife. That's not intelligence or rainbow. Come on, folks. We gotta get in there. That's not a great version here. I'm so sorry. Just then, Kanji arrived. Guys, I looked down the hall. There's a hallway. Kanji's been deadpan for so many weeks now. They didn't really understand it. They all crowded together, talked about him behind his back for a second, and then smiled. Ojin kicked the rubber fish over to him. Is that the new rubber leather fish? Yeah, I got it. It's pretty cool. Comes with a leather outfit, too. I got 2 of the gag balls. Anyone need one? Yeah, I'll take one, Rum says. It's cool. All right, so what's the deal with this Chia? I think there's going to be a trap here. Rum is right. This hallway is dangerous. We should send someone first. DJ agreed. I agree. Probably should be one of you white folks. Ocean, Ocean was upset. White folks? You're white. I mean, you're probably just as white as I am. Letty agreed. Oh, you're definitely white. You're white too. I think we're all white. Wait, do we have anybody on our team that's a person of color or minority status? And Romer answered, well, I mean, I got a little bit of German in me. And that doesn't count, Letty said. But you got gals and stuff. So you're saying I'm a minority? Well, no, I mean, you're not. I mean, Rum put his foot in his mouth and just started the evocation for no particular reason to generate more mana to make it look like he was busy. Ojin sighed. Yeah, this is something I've been thinking about. We just don't have like a really round out team. And I'm never going to get the right loot we want in here. Whoa, Dov said. Dov had been high in the back crowd for the last 15 minutes. He was fishing through his pocket for some pocket change. He wanted to load up the jukebox before the fight started. What do you mean? You mean you got like, there's going to be special loot on there for the, special folks? Well, you can't call it special folks. I didn't say it was special folks. They started to debate about special folks. The jukebox started to play old music. Elvis Presley, then the Go-Go, and then... Was it the Go-Go Girls? Sisters? I don't know right now. Zombie stammered. Okay, are we going to do this? We should do this. We're wasting time. Letty agreed. I agree we should do this. Roma agreed. Yeah, let's do it. Dov agreed. Okay. Husbando stopped them all. I don't really agree. Why is that? I love this song. Should let it stay on for a little bit. Chia nodded. This is one of his favorites. They all agreed. They all promptly jumped into dance form to finish off the last few minutes of Madonna's infamous song, Vogue. Everybody had to move down. Ojin, Dov, Husbando, DJ, Zombie, Punchy Girl, Letty. They all had it down. Punchy Girl? She was the best. She had all the right moves. Go, go. Let your body move to the music. Chia jumped in. Yeah. It was great. Having a great time. The song wrapped up. Okay. Well, we should send somebody down the hallway first, to see if they can get rid of traps. Of course, Ojin, in his leadership qualities, stepped forward. Naked. I can do this. Let me do this. I need to do this. He went to each one of us, texted us some separate message, and claimed that it was best for him to go. Everybody got a message. Rum got his. He just said, yo, I gotta do this. I know you would do it. He was wrong. Rum had no intention of going down that hallway. I mean, I want the loot and all, but I don't have any health. He ain't gonna clap. I'm gonna get killed right away. Ojin proceeded to take all his armor off and put it on the floor. What about these ashless chaps? I mean, can I at least wear these? Zombie agreed. That's fine. Now get on and move on. He started to walk slowly, RP style, down the hallway, feeling good. Every step he walked, another torch would light up next to him in the hallway on both sides. On the floor, a calligraphy pattern of some sort started to form. It was getting very hot. He started taking damage. He called back to the rest of the team. Yeah! This is definitely a trap. He started to burn really bad. His shields were fading. I might think about putting my armor back on, he said, yelling back at the team. Zombie intercepted. That's not part of the deal. Yep, all right, he kept saying, taking more damage. Soon he got completely on frame. His assless chaps were taking damage. Shit, these are gonna break any minute. Halfway down the hallway, he stopped, fell over. I think I'm gonna lay hands on myself, kind of burning up here. That's fine, Zombie said from a distance. They watched him. He laid hands on himself, like a beam of light coursing through him, a full paladin gayness. He cried out, "Huzzah!" Like this, like the pure energy of like the whole, all like basically all the gays in Darlan all went into him. I am one with the pally gayness. His hair flamed, changed from brunette to red to blonde to red, blonde, red, just back and forth. He was full health, brand new. He still got flame. Triple dot. 74 stacks. He was dead. Discord went quiet. Can I get a res? Orchard said, stood in the middle of the hallway, dead on the ground. She replied, "Well, yeah, but I mean, we gotta figure out how to turn off this trap." He nodded. Not that they could see it, but, he just nodded. You can't really see it on Discord, and you can't see it in the game. But he nodded, by golly. I know he nodded. Punchy Girl volunteered next. "You know what? I used to walk on coals as a kid." "Really?" said Zombie, perplexed. DJ agreed. "Yeah, I've seen the tapes. She does a pretty good job, Yogi." That's not a really good accent. Yeah, not good at all. Husbando also nodded. "Yeah, I think I saw that on CNN. She's pretty good." Dolph intervened in front of everybody. "Guys, you're not seeing what happened here. See where he walked?" Dolph noted the calligraphy pattern. Ojin clearly didn't look at the floor correctly, and instead of stepping on the actual ink, he stepped around it. Mostly because what no one actually knew was Ojin was the 2017 hopscotch champion of the world. He was the best at hopscotch. No one could beat him. But as a reason or a result of his excessive good fortune in hopscotch, he built up a strange disorder. Just as the narrator was beginning to describe it, Letty cut him off at the punch. Yeah, basically it doesn't allow him to skip very well and stuff very well because, he sees the empty spaces and screws him up. So, yeah, he died, and we know why. But now we know how to get past it. She summed up everything I was about to say in the next 40 minutes in a nice, easy, clear-set way. The power of Letty. "Oh, that's okay," Zombie said. "We just walk on that pattern." She agreed, was already halfway down the tunnel, walking past Ojin and a bird and crisp on the ground. "Yeah, everything's fine." Husbando followed suit. He had a long shovel on his back, like he was carrying it to dig a hole. It was a transmog he loved. The shovels made him look like a farmer, but secretly, he had 74 imps with him at all times. Rum popped out his kitty pet. It meowed and rowed. He too followed down the pattern. Soon they were all down there, and DJ was hovering and standing over Ojin. "Hey there, looks like you got yourself in the bind, eh?" And rezzed him. Ojin came back to life and eerily held on to DJ's really long beard as DJ walked backwards, staying on the line perfectly. He used to be a dancer. Dolph, on the other hand, applied levitation to himself and floated to the other end. Guys, this is amazing. If you put this shit on your feet, you will float across. Pretty awesome, huh? All right. What do you guys know about this boss again? And that's the end of Lucy 4, Chapter 4.